It is going to cost many quadrillions of dollars to solve the problem of tokenizing financial assets. The blockchains that can handle this on a large scale will come out on top. These blockchains will give people the best chance to get rich in human history if they invest in them. I'd like to talk about some information today that shows what's stopping tokenization from happening right now, right now. What still needs to be done? How much value has been locked up in blockchains so far, and how much more needs to be done? This movie tells you everything you need to know. First, let's get a clear picture of how big the problem is and what it means for us. Each and every stock, bond, currency, good, work of art, bottle of fine wine, rare car, piece of real estate, private business, and anything else of value in the world will turn out to be a token in the end. There will be no coins or other things of value. Instead, everything of worth will be a token on a blockchain. This is not a revolution, it's an evolution of technology. There is a line item for it in a public journal. Digital assets will be used for everything valuable, and they will be used for all transactions valuable. The pieces of paper are not needed. DTCC handles $1.8 quadrillion a year. Get rid of it all. That's a big number. Everything will be done digitally, and when it does, it will make a huge amount of money. I'm about to see the best chance to get rich that I'll ever see. That the biggest increase in wealth he will see in his lifetime will also happen to us. All we have to do is be ready and choose the right blockchains. After that, let's hope and pray that everything goes as planned. This is Clearbank as well, a possible Riffle partner who has accounts with Coinbase, Kraken FX, and Crypto.com, says that 2.2 quadrillion worth of stocks, bonds, real estate, and swaps will be turned into tokens, digitalized and tokenized. So we don't agree with Gartners. We believe we are at a turning point, not a depressing low point. In the next 30 to 16 days, what do you plan to do? Okay, it's Jack McDonald from Ripple who is here. I want to make sure you understand that he is the SVP of SafeCoins and RLUSD. If they had sat in the right chairs, everything would have been fine. He would have been here. This guy who was in charge should have been here, but Emma is here and this guy is here. But they switched places, so I was a little lost. This is what I saw. I said, wait, I just want to let you know. 90 days to come up with a plan. We believe that you should make a plan for your new road over the next 30, 60, or 90 days. There is a lot of work to be done to lock up banking partners and other service providers in the business. You can't do it by yourself. We try to stay in our lane. Of course, we'll also ask for permission to make a safe coin. That's what we should do. The XR Pledger along with Ethereum, really happy about that. It's important to lock up banking allies. If you're a bank looking to work with a blockchain company, Ripple is one of the best teams to work with because they come from the same professional background as all of these other people, okay? They're not just some bros hanging out in a house making, a joke coin. These are important people who are meeting with the world's central banks and biggest banks. That's why we take them very seriously. Of course, Chainlink will also be a part of this. Next, the CEO of Chainlink says that the company is working to fix a problem worth many quadrillion dollars. The quadrillions will be turned into tokens. Quadrillion. That's right. That's the thing. I mean, this is what people should know. I am not referring to an extra trillion. Quadrillions are what I'm talking about. Okay. I think we know what the issue is that we're trying to fix. What kind of money could we be talking about? A lot of quadrillions. Larry should okay. They're not just some bros hanging out in a house making, a joke coin. These are important people who are meeting with the world's central banks and biggest banks. That's why we take them very seriously. Of course, Chainlink will also be a part of this. Next, the CEO of Chainlink says that the company is working to fix a problem worth many quadrillion dollars. The quadrillions will be turned into tokens. Quadrillion. That's right. That's the thing. I mean, this is what people should know. I am not referring to an extra trillion. Quadrillions are what I'm talking about. Okay. I think we know what the issue is that we're trying to fix. What kind of money could we be talking about? A lot of quadrillions. Larry should think about it and sum this up in 23 seconds. After that, we'll talk about how much value has been added so far. What are the main problems that are stopping a big bang or a flip of the switch moment? I know everything you need to know, but everyone is doing their own thing right now. We're not really talking about the whole world. I believe that will make adoption harder in the future. Infrastructure for operations, financial companies, custodians, depositories, and exchanges all use different and often decades-old technology that doesn't work with each other. To move all assets to tokenized systems, the whole financial system would have to work together and get better, not just blockchain usage. Multiple blockchains that don't work with each other and outdated standards make it hard to convert on a global scale. This is especially true for private and public markets that are connected to thousands of different back-office systems. How do you link all of these different blockchains together? Also, how do you link all of these back-office tools to all of those blockchains so that everything works? This is where Chainlink comes in. This is where the interledger technology from Ripple might come in handy. HBR is working on other tools that might be able to help with all of these things, but it's hard to get them all to work together at the same time. There are also technological limits and the power to grow. The current public blockchains can't handle the number of transactions that need to happen around the world, for movements of trillions of dollars every day. And security and the business reliability level scale are still problems. Strong and safe methods for keeping money safe in institutions, checking the identities of investors, and conducting business activities are still new and not widely used. And then there are the business and human factors. There is trust and operational danger. People in the markets, like government agencies and big asset managers, would not want to risk trillions of dollars worth of assets immediately on new rails without years of testing in parallel and moving slowly. If you look at the work of the DTCC and what governments have been doing, I think we're a little further along than most people think on this part of it. However, regulators and asset managers will still need to work with government agencies to make sure that bringing all this value to the market comes with little risk. So what could speed things up? Let's finish this up, and I'll give you a faster cash flow and market function. Tokenized markets need a lot of stable cash flow and a reliable way to find prices. Even if settlement happened right away, the infrastructure for secondary trade would still need to be set up on day one. The level of sophistication of the trades that are already in place is not really there yet. What is it that could make chain supercomputers force this value? Okay, obviously those are just around the corner, and would definitely, mess up the present financial system. We're already seeing quick hacks. How many times have you gotten an email saying that your name was stolen from a company that you trust? So when did these methods stop being safe? That, I think, is what could help move this along a bit faster than, say, 10 or 20 years from now. Now, if you listen to Raoul Pal, he will say that he thinks the crypto market will grow from 3 to 4 T to over 100 Ts in the next 8 years. Pay close attention. This is the important one. Now is your chance to get rich. You can also get rich, and this type of asset has the fastest growth rate in the history of the world. That way you can catch up very quickly. To begin that trip, all you have to do is join in. However, it will make things fair for a huge number of people. That's what I think. 10 years from now, it will be worth $100 trillion, up from $3 trillion now. And that means we're only 3% done. To put it another way, that means $97 trillion will be made. A lot of people are going to make a lot of money. It's not like bankers or tech billionaires. Just so you know, Binance has 260 million users. You could now help 260 million people make changes in their lives. That really is a big deal. All over the world, there are 500 million crypto accounts. You can change the lives of 500 million people. Whether you talk to CZ or anyone else, they'll tell you that they want 1 billion or 2 billion people. That's a quarter of the world if you can change the lives of 2 billion people. That's why this is such a big deal. Also, the fact that people can now get dollars is a big deal. When CZ talks about stablecoins, I'm like, well, what about stablecoins? He said I couldn't tell how big they were going to be. Some people really want US dollars badly, but he and most of us didn't know that. There was a time when you could only get a small amount of dollars or go to a big bank to get dollars. People couldn't save in it, though. They also couldn't get dollars for someone in Southeast Asia. Now, all of a sudden, they can get it right away on their Binance app and send US dollars to someone else. That's a huge change for everyone. That's a huge change for the US dollar, right? To be in charge of the crypto market in that way. If the crypto market grows, tens of millions of people will come back, right? US dollar stable coins make up about 90% of all stable coins. That will only help the US if all the money is used in US dollars. This is why places like Great Britain, Australia, and Japan will need to push for their own stable coins and markets if they want their currencies to stay useful. Then there's things like the DTCC, right? It has taken the DTCC a long time to work on tokenizing this value, these assets. They have been through a lot of different tests. They've bought a lot of different things. And when you look at how the DTCC is linked to each other, you see that Ripple, Stellar, and HBR are all very closely linked to this, like BNB, Ethereum, and a few other currencies. Because of this, a lot of people want to own cryptocurrencies like